Hello everybody, I'm back with my basic configurations tutorial for the CCNA fast track lab sessions, and today I will be going through some basic configurations that we can do on the Cisco router. And for that I will be doing, first of all, I will be showing how to set a clock on a Cisco router. So first of all, we will need our router. We'll select custom devices and the 2811 router, press on it, and then on the CLI, and then you can open the router's CLI and press no, and we are in the router. So this menu that we are here, this is called the router's user mode, and it's identified by the greater than symbol that you can see. And this mode is used for a very limited verification and settings, and if we the most of the time we will be using another mode called the enabled mode or the privileged mode that does most of the verification stuff, and also the adding, deletion, addition functions that we can perform. Okay, so first of all, whenever you go to a new system where you don't know what you can do, so if you have worked with the CLIs like in Windows and in Linux, it would be the similar, and especially the Linux users, because the iOS bases on a Linux kernel. So for those users it won't be that much difficult. So first of all, if you don't know what you can do, you can just press the question mark sign and it will show you some basic commands that you can use on the Cisco router. So the first command that we are going to use here is how to set a clock. For that, first of all, you have to know some basic things. If you don't know how to search for a different thing and you just know the first name of that, the first character of the command, you can just use that character and press the question mark, and it will show you how many commands are there starting with those characters. Okay, so here we have to go into the enabled mode and then set the router clock. Okay, so I will just type enable, and if I just type en, it will also have the same effect. And these are the shortcuts that we will be using after a while, when we get to know better how to use commands on the Cisco router. So if I just press write en and press the tab key, it will autocomplete my command. So I will just press enter, and if you notice the greater than symbol has converted into a hash symbol, and whenever the hash symbol is displaying with the router name or the host name, it shows that you are in the enabled mode. So we have to do what? We have to set the clock. So if I just type clock and space, it gives me clock, and I have to write again set. So I will write set, and if I don't know what to do next, I just again goes question mark, and then I will type, for example, the time here is 22:39 and 45 seconds, for example, and I type question mark again to see if the command is completed or not. It says we have to give the day and the month, and the day is, for example, 12, and the month is July. And if I type again, it says we have to give the year also. Question again, and then there's written CR, and that CR represents a carriage return. The carriage return represents your enter key. Okay, so if whenever after going through this question mark, searching whatever you can give with that certain command, if carriage return occurs, you have to press the enter key. So by pressing the enter key, we have configured the clock. And how to check it? We have a command that gives show clock, and it will display as the clock. Okay, so the next thing that we will be doing is changing the host name. The thing that says router, we will be putting our custom name over there. For example, I want to put the router, I want to give the router name CCNA. Okay, so for that I will have to go into the configure terminal mode. Okay, because the host name affects all the routers, so we have to go into the main configuration, and I will type the command hostname and then the name. And if you see, the router has changed into CCNA, the name I gave there. And after that I will give the command exit. The exit command is to go one level back at a time, and then an alternative is an end. It takes you down to the enabled mode from wherever mode you are. There are a lot of modes, and we will be using some of them in this tutorial too. So I will, after this, if you have some basic concepts of an operating system, all the things that are done in operating system are done on RAM and then copied to the hard drive. In the Cisco routers, the hard drive is called the RAM VRAM, so we have to copy our content from RAM to the NVRAM. So how do we know if they are same or not? We have a way of checking it. So if I write the command show run and press the tab key, it will give show running config, and it will display the data that is currently in the RAM. And if I press Q and I write show start and then press the tab key, the startup config, okay, and it says the startup config is not present because we haven't saved any data. So I will write the right command to copy the contents from the RAM to the NVRAM. And if I write the command now show startup, it will display the same that we have done in the RAM. So all our settings are saved, and these are permanently saved now because it's exists on the NVRAM and we can use it later. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do today is we are going to see how we can set passwords on the enabled mode and the user mode. So for enabled mode, we have to go into the configure terminal mode, and after that we have to set the password. For the enabled mode, there are two combinations: a simple password and an encrypted password. The simple password is displays as it is, and an encrypted password doesn't display as it is. So I will go with the encrypted one, but the command is the same. The command is enable password, or the one that I'll be going here is secret. And for example, CCNA, this is my password, and I will go here. And if we have enabled password to Cisco, okay, you can use both, but the secret will have the priority if both of them are used. Okay, I have used both of them to show you the difference, why they are different. And I command exit to get one level back, and then write show run. And if you see, enable secret is an encrypted one, and the enable password, you can see the password. So if someone has access to the enable mode, they can get your passwords. And after that we will use the right command to make it permanent. And the next thing that we will be doing is how to set up a user password. For user password, you have to check on which line console your user has connected to the router. In this Cisco packet tracer, it's the line console 0 on which the router is connected, and we have to go into that specific line console config to configure the password. for the user mode. So the first will be password, and write the password. For example, CCNA lab, and then use the command login. And after that I can use either the end command, or I can press the Control Z button to jump from 2 modes up from the configure enabled mode back to the enabled mode. So whenever you want to jump to the enabled mode, you can just use the command N or the press Control Z combination. Okay, so now verify. How are we going to verify? We are going to get out of the enable mode into the user mode by using the exit command. If you can see, it is asking me for password, so I will write CCNA lab, and I'm in the user mode. And if I want to go into the enable mode, it again asks me password because I have put the password there, and that was CCNA, and I am in the enable mode. Okay, so if I want to remove all these things that I have done, I will have to go to the same area where I have put and just write the word no before the command. For example, no enable password. So this will, what this will do, this will remove the enable password. For example, if I go exit, and if I use enable, it's asking me password because okay, I used the password and the secret too, so I will have to remove the password too. Okay, so I have to go to the configuration. Sorry for that. And no enable secret, and then press Control Z, and if I go back from here, CCNA lab and enable, and there you go, there's no password now. And for the user password, I have to go into the configure terminal mode. Okay, and then to the line console 0, and then write no password and no login. Press Control Z, exit, and then you see there are no password. And again, if you want to get rid of the custom name to the host name, then we go to the enabled mode, and then the configure terminal mode, and then write no host name. I have used the shortcuts for this, and you should get familiar with this because we will be using these shortcuts a lot in our next tutorials. So there you see, it's back to the router just like before, and if you type this, it will be here, and we can make it permanent using what? The right command. Yeah, that's right. So we have copied all back to, and we're back to the router. So that's all for this short tutorial on how to do some basic configurations. I'll see you later. Take care. Bye.